You are watching the ACC on ESPN. From the Joyce Center in South Bend, Indiana, it's the Fighting Irish of Notre Dame taking on the Miami Hurricanes. And welcome everybody along. Omier looked good this afternoon at shoot-around, didn't seem to have any ill effects, and so they are so happy to have him back in white here tonight.
Oh, you're absolutely happy to have one of the best players in the ACC back into the fold. Miami missed him significantly in their loss at Syracuse on Saturday.
Who told you they're wearing green tonight?
Hey, you did. And look at that from the beginning. Omier stepping out, knocked.
Davis and Jai round out the starting five for Micah Shrewsbury's club. First time they've had the students since December. They're just off a break in the stands.
And the first time in the Micah Shrewsbury era, as we see my young fella Booth knocking down the three ball.
The Hurricanes starting five. And in talking with Jim Larinaga earlier today, they are finally getting much closer to healthy. They went 19 straight practices from the middle of December until Monday without having all of them in recent weeks, losing 4 of those 5. The only victory coming in Blacksburg 75-71 over the Hokies. J.R. Konieczny. He has delivered now
Defensively all season long.
Nigel Pack off the bounce, hit the front rim. Burton has it poked away by Matthew Cleveland. Here comes Keyshawn. Going end to end, laying it in. When he showed up on campus, he was 6'8".
Yeah, and he has just grown not only physically, but also in his game as of late. Many NBA personnel very interested in George because of his ability to play the point guard position at 6'8".
Tay Davis, the sophomore from Indianapolis, has his first two. 8-7 Notre Dame.
And when it's interesting when you look at this Miami lineup and you look at George is actually the tallest player on the floor in their starting lineup, and he's primarily their ball handler.
Wooga Poplar off the bounce, told us this afternoon.
About 15 minutes ago, so I'm going to go with 82.5% on Wooga right now. But we know he's not 100%, but still nice on the pull-up jumper.
Foul.
To get healthy, needs to see his Miami team be better defensive sees from them on the road.
Which of those two things is more correctable?
I'm a better defensive team, especially for a veteran group that they have.
Well, at this end, Miami's averaging over 82 points per game, second behind Carolina in the ACC. Matthew Cleveland from the foul line gets the bounce. Well, they list 5'11".
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I love the honesty.
5'11", 166 for a young man whose high school is 8 miles from here. Grew up rooting for the Irish and said it was a dream come true when he got that scholarship. Jai the rebound. Here comes the coach's son, Braden Shrewsbury. Long rebound picked up by George. Defense gets back. And then we've got Omier hitting the deck.
Person responsible, that's you. One person is responsible for this. It's Burton. Boom, he lays the boom right there on Norchad Omier's show.
Just another. No mention that both have to be moving.
Okay.
Right, it doesn't say both need to be moving.
Into a 4-point lead. And Omier actually did not play at Syracuse, so that graphic we had up there is
23 remaining here in the first half. Logan Imes has come off the bench for Notre Dame. Davis with the shot clock down to 5, gives it up. Roper attacks.
Nice pump fake by Roper, attacking baseline, seeing
about his usage rate. And it's a lot they have put on the young man's shoulders. And he's, of course, going to say, give me more. I want more minutes. I want more opportunities. And they're hoping that he learns from it. It seems like he has, as you pointed out, Corey, that as the season has gone on, it's been less of an issue.
And a turnover turning into a 3 for Davis on the other night. Back-to-back turnovers for Wooga Poplar on the offensive end.
By the way, that was just the Notre Dame, Miami in town. 18-14 Canes on top with Corey Alexander. I'm Doug Sherman. Shot clock down under 3 as Shrewsbury puts it up. And the follow slam by
Shrewsbury may have been wanting that extra point on that one.
And by the way, during that break, they took a point away because Tay Davis's corner jump shot was a 2, not a 3 a couple of minutes ago. How about Norchad Omier?
already in this one after missing the game on Saturday at Syracuse. He has had a positive impact getting back into the lineup.
Burton puts it up and in. This is the pace Miami would prefer, up and down, as opposed to Notre Dame trying to make it a half-court game. Nigel Pack. Boy, he has range for days. He's got about a dozen friends and family members who've made the drive up. And he was so good in his game here last year on the road. Foul drawn by Marcus Burton, who will head to the line to shoot two. And yes, they are wearing green.
Debut to start a Notre Dame career as a...
Watching his alma mater tonight. Burton with a pair of free throws. Regular thing you remember.
And he gave you 30.
Play-by-play for the last 4 minutes of the game. Pack. The defenders left him to shoot, and that's a mistake. Shot clock again down to 10. Shrewsbury's been shooting well last couple of weeks. Can't get a shot off. Now it's up to Burton to create. No problem for number 3 in green.
He is absolutely...
Just couldn't get the shot to fall.
But a number of good looks. And it's been a good offensive first half for Notre Dame thus far. 24 points for them, still 6 minutes remaining. And they've been able to knock down their threes.
O'Meara, one-on-one, and he throws it down.
That from Norchad O'Meara in the 2 years that we've had him in the ACC.
13 points, now going for the steal. And here comes another throwdown for number 15.
A season ago, he's watched his team lose 4 out of their last 5 games, and he is intent on doing something about that. And he has done just that on the last 2 plays, back-to-back dunks.
Conference at 62% field goal shooting behind Lynn Kidd, and you can see why. When he shoots it that efficiently, he's off to a quick start here tonight with 15 points to lead all scorers. Knesny over O'Meara.
Great response out of the timeout. And a nice cut by Knesny to be able to find the open spot instead of waiting out beyond the 3-point line, cutting to the basket, getting the easy layup.
Yeah, before that, Corey, the Irish had missed 9 of its last 10 shots. Coming out of the timeout, they get a good look. Not as good. 4:40 to go first half. Irish with the basketball down by 6. Burton lines it up.
That's just too much space.
Yep. Canes up 3. Chance to tie for Notre Dame. Not off of the turnover, though. Bensley Joseph right to the rim, and the natural southpaw lays it in.
And a smart play by Bensley Joseph. One of the reasons why it's like playing against himself right there. But Nigel Pack and Marcus Burton very similar in their ability to attack off the bounce.
O'Meara thought about hoisting another 3. Instead, he drives to the bucket. Count it, and 1. Well, he
point arc.
0 for 3, 0 for 2 from beyond that arc. Drive and dish Burton. Beautifully set up, but he's called for the offensive foul.
And those are the plays that with his final offensive possession for Coach L.
10 seconds. Foul given by Imes. As you see, only 6.
Just make sure you don't do it in the act of shooting, but if you can do it on the floor, you absolutely want to do so.
Pack drives, is not fouled. Instead, he is denied by Booth.
Carrot hip loose.
Yeah, the official word from Miami, right hip. He's going to warm up, and we'll see. Not ruled out yet. That was as of just a few minutes ago as they were coming out of the locker room. J.R. Knesny strong to the bucket.
And Knesny, more than just a shooter, had the reputation of being a shooter. Of course, a local young man playing here for the hometown Fighting Irish.
Norchad O'Meara picks up in the from Switzerland. Recognized, well, I missed that one badly. I'd like to keep possession and go get it.
Okay. Well, you keep doing that. Another turnover.
Shrewsbury gets the defender in the air and banks it home. Here in the second, here's Wooga Poplar. O'Meara has it poked away. And the Irish. Burton thought about it. Back to Shrewsbury for three. Turn the corner. Konieczny cross court. After glancing up at the shot clock, Konieczny puts it on the deck, spins away from George, hangs in the air, missed it. There to clean it up and give his team the lead is Tay Davis. Burton uses the Davis screen. Catch and release around and out for Braden Shrewsbury.
But a good look for Shrewsbury. Awful great action offensively from the Fighting Irish.
Pack a wild shot, and he was fouled.
But when you got a custom black 24s, doing my research pregame as I normally would.
You've been busy lately. From our angle, you could see immediately it was off to the left.
Yeah, we got a great angle right here from our vantage point on the sidelines.
Pack, O'Meara, another dunk.
And throughout this game, we've had a great year right before our eyes.
Well, you know his mom, Sophie, his father, Dion, who was a standout player back in his day at St. Francis, Pennsylvania. Proud of what they...
Number of times throughout this game, and Burton does not back down from anyone.
Only 5'11", 166. Pack again finds O'Meara with those mitts that he has, able to make that catch while sealing the defense. And squares off against number 12, Duke.
Right, aren't you a Bills fan?
Not really, but if I had to root, I was.
Lamar and, of course, Patrick Mahomes squaring off in the AFC Championship game. That's a big deal.
George throw it up to the rim, and it's another dunk for number 15. O'Meara now with
George, a lot of credit too for not being selfish and looking out for his teammate on that one, getting the easiest two.
Roper gets it back from Imes. Nice.
Not only has he played, he's played extremely well.
Now this is one of only two teams in the conference with 4 players averaging better than 14 points per game, along with Waite. So they have other options.
But now we've got another guy down as Davis is.
Five to shoot. Burton spins to the baseline. Uses the basket to keep the defender off the shot.
Tell you what, our basketball program, and he's doing all this as a freshman. Maybe the most impressive play that he's made throughout this entire game.
And back at the other end, he pays it off.
Get the ball to Burton. It's Burton time right now. He's resting in the corner. We want him with the basketball. It's his time.
Konieczny. So the other local kid does it. Burton tried to split the double team. O'Meara comes away with it. Hensley Joseph. 2 quick buckets for the key reserve last year in the Final Four.
Immediate timeout, trying to get him a couple of seconds. And Miami's able to get a stop on the defensive end.
Wooga Poplar for 3. A huge shot for the Canes. And again, the Canes playing the second half without Matthew Cleveland, who suffered a hip injury in the first half. O'Meara fouled on the way up. Overall.
Fighting Irish, big win over Virginia on this here floor. For the first time that the Irish have beating Virginia here in a very long time. One of their 2 ACC wins, the other at Georgia Tech.
Well, the Notre Dame defense has held every one of its ACC opponents under its season average this year.
To the painted area, create a shot for yourself or your teammate. Great job by Davis staying down.
George trying to back down Imes. Whistle before the shot into that Notre Dame student section.
And especially down the stretch. Both 15+ turnovers in this game.
All by himself, Keyshawn George. Out to Shrewsbury for the wide open look. Soaring for the rebound Davis, but O'Meara denies. Pack came away from the pack with the ball, tried to get the outlet up ahead, but we've got a foul on the floor. The 81% foul shooter, Pack, makes the first.
as they try to stay with the Hurricanes. But Miami's been able to they've done a great job on the Irish.
And again, doing it here in the second half without Matthew Cleveland, out with a hip injury. Wraparound pass, and there's dunk number 6 for Notre.
And but a good look for him and a good offensive possession, just unable to come away with points for the Fighting Irish.
He is now 3 of 9 from beyond the arc tonight. George is fouled back near midcourt by Roper in Eastern time.
I watched the first matchup between those dominated that game. Going to be interesting to see what it's like. Have a foul.
The Irish with the basketball. They led 52-51 since that time. A 17-2, now 17-5 run. Does Notre Dame have one last push? Pressure handled nicely. Poplar brings it out. Joseph for 3. That might do it.
That's one of the ones you gotta make, because that's a quick shot. When your team does not need a shot, you can kill some time. But Hensley Joseph steps up and makes a big bucket.
Davis leans in, and Poplar over the back.
Coming over. Roper is a junior. They don't play a lot of experience, but you have to truly appreciate the fight that this team has put up throughout.
Deep into the portal for a quick fix. They're looking to build.
Don't seem to be as grim when you're doing it with all these young in the portal. Allow them to become upperclassmen. Now you're really working with something as you continue to recruit and bring in some young pieces.
Konechny. Good looking stroke just over. If Burton fouls, he fouls out. Keyshawn George for 3.
I believe that could be
at least 1 3 in 15 straight Miami games. And as you alluded to, Corey, he puts up a lot of threes and makes a lot. He had 5 that he made at Wake Forest, 4 each against Stonehill and Clemson. He's a good shooter and not afraid to put it up.
No, he absolutely is not afraid to put it up. And I've been most impressed with Keyshawn George's defensive effort tonight. Again, Miami not known for their defense, but they stepped up when their team needed it the most tonight.
How about this? Notre becomes the first Cane with 30 points and 10 rebounds ever in an ACC game.
Wow.
33 to lead all scorers, and an impressive pushback in the second half without Matthew Cleveland to beat Notre Dame 73-61.
Great win for Jim Larrañaga and the Miami Hurricanes.